Chloe's kitchen smelled of hope and burnt toast. The good kind. The kind that says, I tried. Sunlight streamed through the window, dust motes swirling in the air. On the counter, a bottle of Prosecco sweated beside orange juice. Pancake batter waited, lumpy but full of promise. It was a scene of domestic ambition, a perfect Sunday, pending. On her phone, the group chat, the coven, was already buzzing.
Traffic is a nightmare. Might be late. Does anyone else feel like their life is a work in progress with no instructions?
I'm already 5 minutes late in my head. And yes, my instructions are floating somewhere in my flooded bathroom.
Just landed. On a bus from the airport. I bring stories and a deep need for coffee.
Pancakes are waiting, Prosecco is cold, toast is artisanal. Come as you are, instructions not required.
This was their ritual. Sunday at Chloe's, a sacred space carved out of chaos. Here they brought their wins, wobbles and asks. The messages were more than logistics. They were lifelines. Each text a small flag. I'm still here. I'm on my way. The kitchen was ready. The friends were coming. The day was just beginning. Not with grand gestures, but with the quiet, familiar hum of a Sunday morning. The promise of food, laughter, and being seen by the people who knew the instruction manual was a myth. Chloe scraped the 2 brown bits off toast and smiled. It wasn't perfect, but it was real. The doorbell would ring soon. The stories would spill out. For a few hours, everything would feel a little bit easier, a little bit brighter. The overture was set. The symphony of friendship was about to begin. Chloe took a deep breath, checked the table, and waited for the first knock. The kitchen, the food, the anticipation, it was all part of the magic. This was their church, their sanctuary. The group chat pinged again, a digital heartbeat. Chloe's heart beat in time with it. The world outside could wait. Inside, the stage was set for something real. The friends would arrive, and for a while, the world would shrink to this kitchen, this table, these people. The Sunday morning overture was almost over. The real music was about to start. And that was more than enough.
My win this week? I finally told my boss no. It felt like moving a mountain. I practiced it, wrote it on a sticky note, and when I said it, my voice didn't even shake. My boss just nodded. The world didn't end. I felt powerful.
But her wobble was unfolding in real time. Her mother's Sunday call full of passive aggression and advice.
Are you sure you should be spending money on Prosecco, darling? I cut the call short, but her words lingered. That old shame crept in.
Hosting was Chloe's joy, but the pressure to be perfect was heavy.
My ask? I need to know if I'm a good friend, not just a good hostess. It feels vulnerable, but I have to ask.
She stirred the pancake batter, banishing lumps and doubts.
I'm Chloe. I can say no to my boss and make lumpy pancakes. I gather my people. The wobble is just a wobble. It doesn't define my day. My friends are coming, they'll understand. Maybe they'll tell me I'm enough, exactly as I am.
She plated the toast, called it rustic, and let herself hope. The kitchen was ready, and so was she. Today, she'd let herself be seen. That was her real win.
My win? I finished a painting after months of creative block. It's not a masterpiece, but it's done. And sold. That feeling of completion is priceless.
But the silence after, the blank canvas, was terrifying.
Every morning I sat with my paintbrush and felt nothing. What if that was it? What if I never paint anything good again?
She needed a new perspective.
My ask is simple. I need help turning my chaotic studio into a space I can actually work in. I need my friends, their practical hands and ruthless eyes. I can't do it alone.
Packing her sketchbook, she hoped a change of scenery would help. The smell of pancakes, the sound of laughter. Maybe that was the inspiration she needed.
They won't have the magic answer, but they'll have solidarity. They'll remind me a blank canvas is a possibility, not a threat. And right now, possibility is exactly what I need.
She left for Chloe's, ready to ask for help. Sometimes that's the bravest thing an artist can do. The puddle is getting bigger. Drip, drip. That's been my week. Her win was in the courtroom. She won a tough case for a single mom facing eviction. But my wobble is right here. The faucet, the landlord ignoring me, my ex texting out of nowhere. I can argue in court, but I can't fix a leak or guard my heart. The pressure to be strong everywhere was exhausting. My ask? Does anyone know a plumber? And can someone else plan a night out? I need a break from being the responsible one. She sighed, grabbed her keys, and headed to Chloe's. there, she didn't have to perform. Her friends would see her, not just the lawyer. They'd offer advice, laughter, and a mimosa that was mostly Prosecco. That was a remedy no plumber could provide. Sometimes you just need to be Elena. And at Chloe's, that was enough. She left the puddle behind for now. The real fix would start with brunch.
So, there I was, back on a bus, passport stamped after 3 months in Southeast Asia. I'd navigated cities, haggled in markets, hiked jungles alone. I felt brave, independent. My world was bigger. But then, a wedding invite from my ex landed in my inbox. The one I thought I'd marry, before I realized I wanted to see the world more than see him every morning. That invite felt like a test of my new identity. A part of me was annoyed he'd moved on. A bigger part felt something I couldn't name. My life is beautiful, but rootless. Friends everywhere, no anchor. That's when I realized I need a +1. Not just anyone, a friend, an anchor. Someone to remind me why I made these choices. As the bus pulled up to Chloe's, I felt relief. This was my home base. These women are my roots, my constant. They get that my wanderlust isn't running away, it's running toward myself. They'll help me figure out the wedding feelings. I slung my backpack over my shoulder, ready to unpack it all at Chloe's table.
Sometimes home is a kitchen full of friends, and that's exactly what Isabella needed. The doorbell rang, the overture was over, the symphony began. Maya arrived, sketchbook in hand. Elena, chic and stressed, made for the Prosecco. Isabella, fresh off the bus, hugged Chloe tight. The kitchen filled with laughter, stories, clinking glasses, and the sizzle of pancakes. Chloe's anxiety melted with every hug and joke. She wasn't just the hostess, she was part of this. They listened to each other's wins and wobbles, the air thick with warmth and maple syrup. Around the table, plates piled high, the conversation deepened. The armour came off, vulnerabilities were laid bare. This was the magic of their Sundays, a judgment-free zone. Here you could celebrate, admit a wobble, or ask for help. The brunch for the soul had begun. The real check-in was underway. And that was everything.
My win, I said no to my boss, my wobble, my mum's call, my ask, am I a good friend?
Chloe, you're the glue. This exists because of you. Yes, you're enough.
My win finished a painting, wobble blank canvas, ask help clearing my studio.
Done. We'll make it a project. Next weekend?
I'm great at organising. We'll label everything. My win legal victory. Wobble apartment flooding. Ex texted, overwhelmed. Ask plumber and a night out.
My dad's plumber is a miracle worker. I'll text you.
I'll plan the night out, no decisions for you, just show up.
Win traveled the world alone. Wobbled this wedding invite. Ask, will one of you be my +1?
I'll do it. We'll draw straws.
Or we'll all go. Emotional support coven.
Maybe don't crash it, but thank you.
The table buzzed with laughter and relief. Each ask was met with a promise. Each wobble with support. This was their chorus. You're not alone. Plans were made, burdens shared. The brunch became a council of war against life's battles. Together they were unstoppable. The check-in ended, but the support lingered. The future felt brighter. The team was assembled, and that was enough. The energy shifted. Worries became plans. Problems became a shared to-do list.
Operation Save Maya's studio next Saturday. Pizza and wine included.
Best party ever.
And the jazz bar.
2 weeks from Friday, I'll book it. Elena, just show up.
I can manage that.
We'll draw straws for the +1, but I want you all there in spirit. Pre-wedding brunch too.
We'll help you pick an outfit that says, I'm thriving, and workshop witty responses.
Laughter erupted. The dreaded wedding became an adventure. The brunch was now a planning session, a strategy meeting, a team huddle. They filled their calendars with promises, not just for crises, but for joy and ordinary moments. The future, once overwhelming, now seemed bright. Together they could handle anything. The brunch was more than a meal. It was a promise. As the afternoon sun dipped, the friends hugged goodbye. Longer, tighter, full of renewed connection. Isabella left with a plan. Elena with a plumber's number. Maya with hope. Chloe, alone in her kitchen, felt full, not lonely. The silence was peaceful, not empty. The brunch hadn't solved everything, but it changed how they'd face it. They were no longer alone. Later, the group chat pinged. Plumber's coming tomorrow. You're a lifesaver, Chloe.
Sketch something, it's a start.
Bought a new dress, thanks for the push.
You're all the best. Same time next month?
Life is a solo journey, but we don't have to walk it alone. Friendship is walking alongside someone, lightening the load. The brunch at Chloe's was a rest stop, a reminder that the journey is always better when shared.